Legos, Legos, Legos. I don't think I need any huge introduction to these fellas. Amazing figures and plenty of unique pieces you can put together allow you to unleash your creativity and visualize your fantasies, video games included. In the LEGO series there have been a lot of video games, pretty much all of them masterpieces. But did you know that there is a subset of LEGO games made portable? Take a LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 for example. You can clearly see that these two games are pretty much different in, well, everything. But are these games any good? I mean, truth be told, they are actually overall very decent, but damn can they be repetitive. You have fun small puzzles and you actually need to draw the spell icons physically and stuff, but when you realize you have to do this for over 4 hours straight, you're like, and it doesn't make things better that they even tried to stretch out things with endless fucking fetch quests. All that while skipping the bits that would be actually interesting to see. But anyways, let's just start. In the beginning we see a pre-rendered clip from the original game but compressed to shit, because remember, it's a game for the Nintendo DS. Gandalf confuses a real cat with McGonagall, Lego car Marx over here commits property damage, takes out a flower and little baby Harry Potter out of his pocket. They put down that thing and in the next scene grown-up Harry is awakened. We finally get to play this 2.5D isometric top-down game. Like in the OG game, you walk around and collect stats and progress further through the level, but in here you also have a quest system. You walk up to a guy, he tells you to do X, Y and fuck off. Here for example you need to collect 2 presents for Dudley. One of those is inside this very questionable creepy room that has to be sealed shut with a big heavy box. I don't want to know what's happening in there. You can switch between characters in this game like in the original game, with the only difference that you just transform into them. Every character also has their special skill. Harry can't push the big box, Dudley is yes. Harry and Dudley can't open the doors upstairs? Shit. After we collect the presents, we get another cinematic where we see the mail flooding, the escape, and of course the kidnapping of Harry by Hagrid. Also worth mentioning is that these cinematics all use the sounds from in-game and not the OG sounds. Now in the leaking cauldron we need to talk to 3 random peoples and then we can go to a Diagon Alley, which we enter by doing this minigame. Okay, what is the first great thing you would want to do when entering a totally new place that is literally out of the normal world with literal magic surrounding you? Personally, I would really love to catch 6 rats, which I do by stepping on them. At least we are getting something as a reward for that effort. A golden hat, which are quite useless unless you really want to 100% this game and really want to see these beautiful statues. Now in Gringotts we have to talk to the main goblin, I forgot his name, and then he leads us to the dungeons to get to Harry's vault. Because according to the lore, Harry's parents are rich as shit as they do fairy art commissions in the past or something and left it all for Harry. We also have to use the stylus, or in my case the mouse since I am emulating more often to do random stuff like opening gates and playing this super easy minigame where I just have to follow the glowing ball, but since my brain stopped developing past 4th grade I initially struggled. Reaching the vault to collect all of our precious euros, we head to Ollivander to get our dark, magical wand, which we have to find through trial and error. After finding the perfect thing for us, we head out to get our books at the bookstore, but first we need to clean up this guy's place. We even learned a new spell for that. I really want to be paid out of this, please. Also drawing circles around your character casts a big stinky fart, which makes people die. Now he's alive. Murdering random rogue books and getting our new fresh fit, we get our owl. She is actually pretty useful for one particular reason. She can help us find hidden objects, mostly coins though. Yeah. Here we get our first redstone, which are, in contrast to the golden hats, really useful, since it allows you to get various boosts like stat multipliers, and that's amazing. Finally we can head to Hogwarts. Oh, never mind, we need to help find random plebs their tickets. This game also has these character cards that allow you to unlock characters at a small fee. Finally reaching Hogwarts, we get to be sorted into the houses. We get to be chosen from pure Sigma males, the Reddit comment section, the rich kids that preach about saving Europe, and the potheads. We narrowly avoid Slytherin and get sorted into Gryffindor, and from there our first year officially starts. Our first class is about to start, but before we can go there, of course, fetch quests. Reaching charms, we learn Wingardium Leviosa. Then we go to learn the Transfiguration spell. It is cool that this game has these tiny puzzles until you realize you have to do these over and over and over and over. After this we have flight lessons. Since this game is overall 2D, there is of course no actual flighting and just old school GTA gameplay. There is also this incident where we have to ram into Malfoy to steal Neville's ball, and yeah. Hermione tells us that our dad was a super big Quidditch guy and that his trophy is still here somewhere at Hogwarts. So of course we want to see it, but the trophy room is guarded by Filch, so yeah, this game has stealth. Yeah. It's Halloween, everybody's happy except Hermione, but Quirrell warns us of a troll heading into the girls' bathroom, so nobody is happy. Harry and Ron, realizing what is about to happen, of course follow the troll's path, because only God knows what the troll wants to do in the bathroom, alone with the 11-year-old girl. Peace is, by the way, a thing in this game, and his purpose is to annoy us and prolongate the gameplay, like no one else is doing that already. Finally reaching the girls' bathroom and stopping the troll.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
We learn how to make things fire. Next is potion class. Snape wants us to fetch some ingredients in a more or less ethical way. Wow, that was dark for a kid's game. We also have to mix these ingredients together ourselves, and the potion we get turns our head orange, I guess. Very cool though. Our first Quidditch match. Harry flies until he can't anymore. Hermione sees some people literally preying on his downfall on the other side of the field, so of course we go over there and literally light Snape's ass on fire. It's Christmas, yay! We can destroy the Christmas presents and even the Christmas tree, but of course we get the invisibility cloak, which we use to sneak past everyone in the library and get to the mirror of the Arised, a mirror that shows us our heart's deepest desire. We get caught by fumbling door, and in the next morning we learn how to make things brighter around us. With that information we head to Hagrid, who shows us his sick unicorn. With Malfoy, who snuck up to our gang, we go to the Forbidden Forest. We travel through this endless fucking forest, get jumped by creepy old dudes and a dark fellow, get saved by this tower thing, and we head to the Forbidden Floor, where Quirrell lets Fluffy loose on us and we have to literally play the reverse Subway Surfers. Chasing and picking out the golden flying key, playing some wizard chess where we have to answer some super easy questions, and we reach the final boss area, where we have to beat Quirrell, who, as we find out, has Voldemort inside of him. Ooh. We do this by making Quirrell burn so he can cast a homing spell at us, so we use it to try to squish him. At the end we defeat him, head to the mirror, and we suddenly wake up in the hospital. Smooth transition with no plot holes whatsoever, am I right? Everybody is happy, and we are happy that we finally finished the first year out of 4. Yeah, that was barely a quarter of a game. Yeah, I think I am going to be here for a long time, aren't I? Yeah. But before we continue, welcome to the Room of Requirements, aka the hub world of a game. Here we can switch between the levels, but also do stuff like buying the redstone boosts and characters. We can also customize characters there, and that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's continue. We already started with the escape part. Okay, Ron, Fred and George bring us to their home, where we have to collect all this enchanted muggle stuff. Do I have to mention that nobody gives a shit here that we are destroying the house right now? And place them in the correct spots and help Molly in the garden. After that, the incident where Harry gets teleported to Fuckle Alley because he had the speech impediment when throwing the blue powder. We escape this creepy shop with Hagrid, go through this distressing alley and reach the bookstore, where we meet Gilderoy Foxheart. Of course, the Weasleys are being bullied because they are broke, and we head to platform 9 3/4, but oh no, Dobby closed the gates. Ron has the bright idea to steal Dad's Bugatti and drive to Hogwarts himself, and we are suddenly in Hogwarts? No train escape scene, no Whomping Willows scene, all just one big jump cut. Right, we learn a spell to stop things, and suddenly Hermione, out of all, gets a schizophrenic episode, and we have to follow the ominous voice, which leads us to an absolutely stiff Mrs. Norris. Afterwards we have Quidditch, but once again something's off, because one bludger is being controlled by Dobby to kill that poor fella. However, Harry survives with a broken arm. Gilderoy tries to fix it, but to no avail. All is flaccid. So we head to the hospital wing, where we have to help Madame Pomfrey collect all the ingredients to make some Viagra. As soon as Since everything can be hard and stiff again, we head to our first dueling session, where we fight Malfoy. And ooh boy, the dueling is fucking wild. First we just shoot at him a couple times, but then he hides behind a statue and we have to fight Crabbe and Goyle. Then he starts to hold that statue, literally trying to kill us. Then he jumps onto our side and starts throwing booming spells at us. Then he makes us fight these aggressive books. Then it is all combined. Holy shit, somebody please lock him up. At last he summons the snake, which we have to talk to in Parseltongue using the microphone. But since I am on an emulator, I just make him listen to the beauty of auto-generated white noise via a hotkey. Hermione wants to create Polyjuice Potion, a drink that will make us turn into Malfoy's other two members of his love triangle. But for that, we need to walk around the castle grounds fighting fire crabs and these goofy mushrooms to collect the ingredients. We deliver the ingredients, but oh wait, we need to sneak inside Snape's office to steal the last ingredients. Okay, I guess. We cook up that shit and apparently the Polyjuice Potion only gives us a wig, but not for Hermione. She turns into her persona. Just going into the Slytherin common room is also not that easy. A fire crab is loose and we have to sneak past Filch, and also there is Peeves again doing what he's best at. Stretching on the gameplay. There's also this puzzle we have to solve by pushing the statue on the switches in order according to the symbols on the wall. Whoop, wrong reading direction, you're supposed to read it that way. Whoopsie. Apparently Malfoy is not the heir of Slytherin, and with that information we learn a new spell that reveals hidden objects. Wait, isn't that the owl's job already? Whatever. Hermione gets petrified, the clues lead to the Myrtle's bathroom, where we get sucked in by the book she threw at us. As Tom Marlborough Riddle, we follow Hagrid's spider back to Hagrid so we can chase him inside Hagrid's grip and out of a castle. After that we learn how to make floating platforms descend. We go to Hagrid's place where we enjoy some tea, but the IRS is knocking at the door, so we gotta flee by following the tiny spiders. We travel through the Forbidden Forest again, getting cum-shotted by random spiders and having to guide a fire crab through a maze so it doesn't touch dark or grey textures. Finally we meet Aragog, who wants to eat us to fulfill his war fantasy. So we have to kill him by first destroying its eggs, which lures him into that spot, and then dropping a big boulder on him. All that 4 times. Okay, now we need to get into the Chamber of Secrets somehow, because Harry's future wife has been kidnapped. For that we need to chase after Lockhart, and with him we open the entrance. And as it is canonically, he tries to cast some spell at us, but it goes horribly wrong because he used Ron's wand for that, yada yada. After a seemingly endless level, we finally reach the boss area with Tom Marlborough Riddle and the traumatized Ginny inside. He summons the basilisk and we of course have to kill him by making him bash his skull against these openings. Then the basilisk starts to chase us through long runways and infinitely high platforms. Okay, so you know how in the movie and in the books, sword Harry uses is like Godric Gryffindor's sword and he pulls it out from the sorting hat? Well, in this game, Harry just uses some random ass sword he finds inside a stone, which suddenly turns into the Gryffindor sword because the cinematics are from a different original game. Okay, anyways, Riddle has been game ended and Ginny rescued, Dobby freed by giving him a flat texture of a royalty-free sock vector graphic. Everybody is happy and we officially finished the second school year. Marge Dursley insults us and Harry inflates her, making her big and round. He leaves this place and drives away with the magical bus that squeezes us. He and Ron gets on a train to Hogwarts without us having to do random stuff. Amazing. On the train, however, we need to bring down all the enchanted luggage, find somebody's book, kill some copies of a monster book of monsters, all while collecting some sweets for some kids. Of course, the one part where we have to kill a Dementus, epic MLG style. In care for magical creatures, we have to approach Buckbeak, but on our way we have to do a shit ton of different stuff. Malfoy gets almost killed and we go to Defense Against Dark Arts, where we learn Ridiculous. Harry of course sees a Dementor and this is where the lessons stop. Harry is not allowed to go to Hogwarts, but with the help of the Weasley twins we reach a secret passageway after going full Uncharted mode. The passageway ends in someone's basement. We escape at the building and reach Ron and Hermione, where we have a super brutal snowball fight against Malfoy. Okay, this is like the most absurd example. You have a big snowball blocking the entrance to that tavern, but in the gameplay part we have to catch Scabbers by lifting the big snowballs. Girl, he's literally standing there chilling, just grab him. Then we need to clear some snow and then we actually can't enter the tavern. So we need to unlock our inner Ezio, literally climbing on top of rooftops to reach the tavern, in which we find out that Sirius Black, who allegedly betrayed our parents, was also Harry's godfather. Of course, we finally learn Expecto Patronum and then we use the Marauders map to chase after Peter Pettigrew. God, that icon is terrifying. After a tedious back and forth with him, we witness the beheading of Buckbeak and the kidnapping of Ron. So we chase after him into the shrieking shack. There we find out the shocking truths. Lupin and Sirius are gay lovers, and after chasing Scabbers around, we find out that Scabbers is actually some random Discord mod. Now outside we find out that Lupin is actually a cutie furry wolfie at full moons, and he starts throwing hands with the dog Sirius Black. We find Sirius unconscious, but a Dementor sucks us out, so we too faint. Waking up at the hospital wing, we need to use the time turner, which I still don't really understand how to use, to get to Buckbeak and save him, and we need to construct a phonograph so we can distract Lupin. We save ourselves from the Dementors, and now it's time to free Sirius. We fly on Buckbeak until we don't. We fall onto the castle rooftops and we literally have ourselves a Dark Souls map. But after all, we have Sirius saved, we say goodbye to Lupin, we find out that Sirius has gifted us a new broom, which we try out, and we finally end here free. Only one more year to go, yippee-ki-yay!
Who made that mess? You did, Kate.
This part already starts off with a Quidditch World Cup attack. We have to rescue the Weasleys while getting demolished by Death Eaters. Oh no, the Death Mark. Shit's about to get lit. At Hogwarts we get the visit from 2 Slavic pals as well as some Frenchies. Hagrid literally goes ooga booga at the sight of Madame Maxine. The reason is that Hogwarts hosts the Triwizard Tournament, which is basically 3 students do 3 tasks and the best one wins at a shit ton of money. Here the fire raffle already has the candidates in mind, and Harry is one of them. We learn to pull things towards us and we learn to unlock things from Hermione, and after all that, the first trial starts. Dodging the dragon, we get to our broom to fly to the egg. Or no, let's just jump around the Hogwarts rooftops again, I guess. Look who we have trapped. Who is struggling so much to escape? You all know what we have to do now. Well, escaping, of course, what have you thought of? Yet more Minion Rush gameplay, and we get the golden Adopt Me egg, which we have to open underwater. So we head to the prefect's bathroom, and of course there's no water, so with the help of the Moaning Myrtle we need to find it. We fill the pool up with water, and then we are already at the second task. Underwater level, yippee! After rescuing all of the people we had to rescue, we head over to the third and final task, where we have to go through the maze, solve random puzzles, and have to play Limbo Keys with the Sphinx. We reached the trophy, but oh no, it was a portkey to get Harry to Voldemort. We have one epic boss battle with him. Why does the most evil and powerful wizard has less health than a literal 2nd grader? We defeat him and escape back to the portkey, but Cedric died on the way. His dad is so sad, but look, you can apparently revive people by building them back together. Also, Moody turned out to be one of these evil lizard people. We find the real Moody, say goodbye to the foreigners, and that's it. So, what is really left to do in this game? Well, free play mode, where you can replay all the levels once again, but this time with the characters you bought and all the spells and stuff you have. And yeah, the end.